Hello everyone, my name is Pratik and today I will be telling you all about how you can create 2D, 3D or 2D axisymmetric geometries in COMSOL. So these are the different topics that I would be covering. First is how you can build the 2D or 2D axisymmetric geometries, which is pretty straightforward. And then how you can convert the 2D geometry into 3D geometry or using work planes and perform Boolean and partitions, like how you can merge different geometries into one, or you can cut one geometry from the other geometry uh, in COMSOL. Also, you can the COMSOL gives you option to import geometries from other softwares like AutoCAD or Fusion 360, or there are different softwares there. You can import geometry as a STL or as a binary file in the COMSOL, and also you have the option to export the COMSOL geometry into the other software as well. So these import and export option I have been using a lot, and it have been very useful to me. So later I will tell you about how you can perform virtual operations, like how you can join edges or two domains you can join, or you can separate two domains, join two boundaries, and all the other virtual operations that you generally perform on other AutoCAD or other software. You can also apply and use them in the COMSOL multiphysics software as well. Also, you can create a array of the array, or you can copy the object from one object to other object, and you can create the mirror of a single object in. So these are the different geometrical transform that COMSOL allows you to do as well. So just for the starting, I will tell you. I will go with one example problem that I have done in my PhD, where I was studying the drug transport through microneedle based systems. So the left corner image shows the patch of the microneedle, which you put on our skin, and which this is loaded with drug, and the drug transport occurs from these patches into the blood. So I'm just I will start with this problem with the problem, and then we can move later to other type of problems as well and create the geometry of those objects as well. So in the bottom it shows different type of different shapes of needles that we can that I will be building on COMSOL software. So first I will start with building the 2D geometry. I've just shown you just a simple schematic of the 2D and 2D axisymmetric geometry that I will be creating on the COMSOL. So now let's move to the COMSOL software. So this is a COMSOL multiphysics software. When you open, it will give you two options, like model wizard and blank model. Just click on the model wizard. It will give you 3, 4, 6 options to create what type of geometry that you want to make, whether it's a 2D or a 2D axisymmetric or a 3D geometry. You can also create 1D and 1D, like 1D or 1D axisymmetric, which is very easy. So I'm not going into the detail of those. So I will start with the 2D geometry. So we'll just click on 2D and done. So this is how the user interface looks when you start setting up the geometry for the COMSOL multiphysics. In the left, it shows the graphics where the whole geometry will show when you start building. Here, this is the settings window where you give the scale of your geometry. Like for our case, it's in millimeters. Currently, it's in meters, so you can choose the geometry like millimeter, and there are different options. Are there yards, kilometers? Depending on the your geometry, what is the scale, you can just choose. So for our case, it's in millimeters. And click on that, and now you analyze the whole interface. You will see the geometry option is on the left, And on the top also you will see different options like definitions, geometry, and sketch. So you can either use this geometry or this geometry. It doesn't make that much difference. So now we will start making a geometry. So this is the geometry that we are building at first, where it shows the needle is inserted into the skin. So we will go to the sketch option and click on the polygon. So polygon is the option which, when you click on that, it will come with a small circle, and on the graphics window you can create the design manually. So I will show you, like, let's say one point is here, one point is here, one point is here, and then you click on the last, the point from where you start, and then when you end it up on the same point, it will change its color, that the, yeah, polygon is like completely close. So it will pop get into the black color, and it will give you the different dimensions of the points, or like where, so this is the xy plane, so it will show you the x point is lying at minus zero point 0.5 and y point is lying at 0.7. You can you can later also change these dimensions, like if you want to make it like at not at point 0.5, let's say it is at 0.8, you can change later as well. So just click on the window, so it will show you the geometry of the needle has changed. So this is the one way, using the polygon, how you can create the geometry. So this is our needle. Now we need to create our, let's go make that value back to the previous values. Here you see the graphics window. Here I will go to one options. So you can see this zoom in option is there. So if you click on that, it will keep zoom in. Then zoom out option is there, and there is third option is there, where you can, if you want to zoom into uh, a particular point, then you can use this zoom box. Let's say we want to zoom into this point. Then we will click on this point and just make this box, and then it will zoom in. So yeah, so it's very simple. It's very simple and straightforward. Let's say, so just I will show you these options as well, although they are not used that much. But you can create a very curved geometry. Let's say I want to create a very like curved geometry. I'll just click on this point, and then just, if you keep on clicking on those points, you will see that it will interpolate easily, and then it will form a very regular object. So this is the in many cases this is also used, but currently for our model it's not required. So you can delete the interpolation curve from here. Just click on this, and then you can disable it or you can delete it also. So it's better to delete it. You can delete it. So this is the where you want to create a circular arc graphics. Uh, you can use this option. I will show you how it works. So first is the starting point. Then second is the uh, center of that circle. Let's say we want to create object, some object here. Click on this point. Now the second point will act as a center of a circle. So click on this point. Now you see you can create a half of, or like half of the circle, or whatever angle of the circle that you want. You can just click on that, and let's say you want this to be center. You can see like this. So it's not mandatory that you have to close every design, every like close every point, then only the design would be formed. You can just right click on the last point. You can, there would be option of finish circular arc, then you can finish the design there only. So just click on that finish arc. So you can see here also design is formed, And later you can, like, if you want create a close object, you can just click on the polygon, or you can just join 2 points later. So those part of the things can be done later as well. So these are the different options. You can the COMSOL has different inbuilt simple geometries like square, with, like, let's say rectangle or rectangular, circle, center. So there are different options. Different options are there. Let's say we want to make a rectangle. Just click on rectangle. You can just click on 1 point and then you give it the dimensions. Just dragging it, you can make a rectangle, and later you can change the size of it from where you want to position the rectangle. Let's say it's at minus 0.5. We want it to be at 1. Let's see, it moved to 1. So this is how you can make the rectangle from the inbuilt options as well. So let's go back to a design of a needle into the skin. We will delete these options. Yeah. So we have our needle here. Now we want to create a skin around our needle. So I will show you the cool thing that COMSOL gives us. Let's say we are using the polygon. We want to make a skin around the needle. Let's say the skin is moving from here. Now, see, we don't know the point here. What would be, so you see here, when it touches to the through the other geometry, you will see a green line forming there. So it's so this we don't when you click on the on this point will lie on the already existing geometry. So if you click on this point, let's say I will show you later. Click on this point, click here. Yeah, yeah. Whole geometry is formed. So if you zoom in into this point, this will exactly lie on the already existing design. So there would be no gap at all, which personally I liked a lot. So this is how you can create a needle into the skin. So this is a skin, and this is showing a schematic of a needle. So now let's say click on the mesh, build all. You see 2 different domains are formed, and now you can give it a boundary condition and all those things. So this is you can see this is pretty easy to create a 2D axisymmetric 2D geometry on COMSOL. Let's show some of the options like that you use a lot. Let's say like a fillet. There is a fillet to make any edge round in shape, because needle may not be a very pointy. It can be bit bit circular at the edge. So let's click on the fillet. Click on the point where you want to give a fillet. This is the point you want to give. So whatever point or what you will choose here, it will automatically come here. Let's say the radius of our fillet is 0.001. So you see here, the needle has gone round. But now you see, now you notice one thing. So this needle is round, but you see the skin is still pointy. And we don't want, let's say we don't want any gap between the needle and the skin. So what you can do is, you can insert one more fillet and click on this point and give this point the same radius, 0.01. It was 0.01, no? Okay. See, exactly. Now, both the skin and the needle are perfectly merged. You can see here. So here it will be made more clear. You see here. So this is how you can use the fillet option in the geometry and the COMSOL geometry. And there are other options also, Boolean partition. You can merge these objects, which I will not go in detail on 2D, but when I will make 3D model, 3D bit complicated models, then I will go through all these options as well. So yeah, so that is all for the 2D model. If you have any more questions or like any geometry that you are finding it hard to make, you can contact me on my email ID, or you can just drop in a comment and we can chat later. Yeah. So this is the 2D model. Let's see. So let's go to the 2D axis symmetric model now. Let's go to the home. Here you can add new component. From here, let's say there is a 2D axis symmetric. So the new geometry is formed. So the difference between 2D and 2D axisymmetric graphics that you will find is that there would be a dotted line at r equal to 0, across which your geometry would be rounding. So let's change the. So this time we are making this geometry like 2D axisymmetric geometry, where since you can see whatever, so this is perfectly symmetric body. You can, if you cut it from the half, the same is on the both side. So in modeling, what we usually expect is to make a very simple geometry, because we have to mesh it and we have to perform simulations. And if the bigger is the geometry, the more would be the mesh and the more time consuming it would be. So in modeling, it is said that you have to make a very simple geometry if you can simplify your model. So that is why people use 2D axis symmetric geometry to model their systems. So I will show you same, change the length unit to millimeters. Again, same, use the sketch option, create a poly. This time we will be just making the half of the needle. See, this is as simple. You can just give it the dimensions later. Click on the point. You can just click on the point like this and then make a half of the geometry. See, so you see this is the half of the needle inserted into the skin. You can mesh it later, like build, or you see the meshing and all, and you can perform the all the thing that you can perform on the other geometry 2D model. You can perform those on the 2D axis symmetric as well. So yeah, so that is all for the 2D and 2D axis symmetric model. All the other options I would be, as I told you, I would be telling in detail when I cover the 3D model, and which I will tell you in the next lecture.